You're right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Untitled Chronicles. Today is episode 5, and we have got a Would I Lie to You themed podcast with my fellow hosts, Morgan Doherty and Reese Farley.
Yeah, I don't like the full name usage. I know that last time, but
yeah, it's far too formal, isn't it?
I told you,
I'd much rather you insult me or something at the start.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's like a really personal dig.
I decided, as I was doing it, because I don't have any kind of script or anything, but I was like, I'm gonna hit him with the full name treatment and see how it makes him feel. You know what I mean? And see how you felt.
Names for next time, because surely it's my turn to introduce it next time.
Really
uncomfortably long and awkward with saying your full names, just so everyone can dox you.
Well, it's been a few weeks since the three of us did the episode together now. How's everyone been? Anything new? Anything different?
I might be getting fired from work. That's fun.
Yeah, you get a new job.
Is that part of the story?
No.
Have you started your Would I Lie to You?
Yeah. No. Actually, I just my bosses are really annoying.
Is that because of the Valentine's Day thing?
Yeah, they're just trying to say I'm on a 0-hour contract, but they're saying I have to work, and it's just that's not how a 0-hour contract works. But anyway, besides work stuff.
Happened to me in my uni job in second year when I worked PR, and she said you have to work either Boxing Day or New Year's. And I was like, well, I want to celebrate New Year's with my friends. You know what I mean? Boxing Day is a bit overrated. But it meant that because trains obviously aren't really a thing, it meant I couldn't go home for Christmas Day. That was 2017. So I just didn't go home. On the Valentine's Day girlfriend kind of thing, to be fair, I do have something. I sent this to you earlier, Reese, and you didn't open it. So I'm going to approach it now.
That's because I don't like you, sorry.
Yeah. But it's actually a good question because, I am the only single one of the three of us. So you guys have 2 girlfriends, so you can actually answer
we have one girlfriend each.
Yeah, all right. So,
I've got 2.
Yeah, well, they don't know unless they listen to the podcast. Highly unlikely. No. But there's a video making rounds on TikTok, fake or not, or whatever. The girl did a duet to it. And basically, it was these guys, and they offered her 10 grand for her to kiss him. And then she said no. And then they said 20. She said no. And then they said 50, and he kissed her. And the boyfriend walked away as soon as he did it and got pissed off. Now if someone offered 50 grand to just kiss your girlfriend for 10 seconds.
What are we saying, kiss?
Yeah. It's not hard. Yeah.
Well, just just a little 10-second snog for 50 grand. If someone was 50 grand right here,
I would do it. I would do it straight away.
I think the fact that I kind of have so much trust in my girlfriend that I think if she she knew, I just knew it would mean nothing.
I think she'd be thinking about how she's going to spend the 50 grand with you. To be fair, fucking up. I'd kiss him for 50 grand.
Yeah, I'd kiss him for 50 grand. 50 grand.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting.
I think that depends on how insecure probably you are or secure you are in your relationship. If you feel pretty secure with your partner, and that you just it's literally for the money. It means it means nothing.
It wouldn't. It's a stranger on the street pretty much for 50 grand.
Yeah,
but
I think I could let my girlfriend do it.
Yeah. Have either of you ever been offered any kind of money to do anything? Have you ever been mailed anything, any kind of offers for money?
I had an Instagram account offer or wanted me to send them pictures and stuff. I never did it, but it was probably no, I genuinely didn't. Probably it was an account that had it had 800 followers and then following about 800 people, but it just didn't seem like a real account. It was one of those accounts where the person kept pretending to be rich, but there was whenever they'd be flexing their money, it wouldn't be the same person that was on the profile. If that makes so it was a girl, but when they were flexing their money, you'd never see their hands or their face or their body.
One of them cash pig accounts or whatever.
Yeah. So it was probably an old man pretending to be a girl to get I was 19, 20 at the time. Yeah. So sexy young boys. Yeah.
I can't remember obviously I've done stupid things for a $5 or something like that. But in terms of
something weird. Set the bar low there with a $5.
Yeah, I know.
But what would you do for a $5?
it equates for the looks, though, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
I suppose it's got to balance out.
Ben goes the whole way for a £5.
Yeah, it's like cricket.
No, if someone was like, oh, like I don't know, like jump in a puddle for a £5, like a pretty large puddle, I'd probably do it. You know what I mean, or something like I don't know.
You jumped in a puddle at school
comes back,
for no reason other than to do it, and then didn't you fall over in like a massive puddle?
That was year 11 PE. I remember exactly. Year 11, you're just a crackhead in year 11, though. Like, do you remember any of you? No, year 11 science lessons were the craziest things I ever partaken in. But back to the point at hand. I remember at school, like a couple of the lads had people had Depop accounts, and one lad like got offered like 25 quid for like a used pair of his boxers. And he was like considering it, but then I think like at first you're like, oh, it's just a pair of boxers, I'm not going to care. But then you're like, oh, bro, he's probably doing some weird ass shit in that. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's not going to just like put them on his wall, is he, and just stare at him.
He's not going to wear them. He's not just going to like use them as another.
He's going to wash them and wear them.
Yeah.
So what's the premise of this game for people?
Yeah. Anyway, back to where we were.
Well, it's based on a TV show.
Yeah. It's based on a TV show called Would I Lie to You? So effectively, we're going to be playing the main part, which is that the both of you, I hope you've come prepared, have got 3 stories. 2 of them are lies, and one of them is
Didn't we say that it's just 3 stories? They're either true or false.
Yeah. Sorry. 3 stories. They're either true or false, and you guys have to, each other have to guess whether you think the other person is lying or is telling the truth. I'm here merely as a mediator, maybe to poke a few questions at your story.
Yeah.
Maybe to get you trip up if you're lying, or maybe to help encourage, or maybe to make it seem like you are lying. Now, I told you both to try and choose stories that I don't know, even though I know everything about you both, because you're just really boring people.
It's probably a bit harder for me. There's probably I think you might know.
Yeah.
I mean, like 12 years of friendship is like gonna be difficult.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Reese wouldn't classify it.
This guy for so long. I wouldn't have classified him as a friend for the first 5 years. I knew him.
Yeah. So you got
that. Just makes me feel good about myself. You know what I mean? Anyway, who would like to go first?
I don't mind.
All right. I'm going to toss a coin on Google. Toss a coin.
I was saying as in I don't mind going first was what I meant.
Well, no. Toss what?
Okay. Toss coin.
All right. Morgan, your tails, and Reese, your heads.
Tails.
Obviously, I will, be impartial. I won't lie. I don't know why I'm going to say that, but obviously people are just listening to the audio.
You're the host.
I know, but tails. I've forgotten who I said was tails and who I said was
Morgan
heads.
was tails. Morgan was tails.
So I get to choose whether I go first or second.
Yeah, you choose.
I'll go second.
Okay, right. Say a number between 1 to 3.
2.
Say number 2.
Yeah, it's 1 to 3, bro. Well done. You got there.
Okay. I've had my head glued back together.
That seems likely.
Okay.
Story?
Yeah. Well, can you give us a bit of the story?
A bit of the backstory. So I was would have been 4, maybe 5.
So you don't really remember it then?
I mean,
or do you?
That's what I mean. I remember it a little bit. I remember it enough. I mean, I was at my neighbor's house with my parents and stuff, and I think he was like moving out, and
weird neighbor.
I was like,
have you been playing that weird? Is this that weird game?
Yeah, my neighbor was there. I was upstairs in my neighbor's bedroom without my parents there. As I had to as a 4-year-old child. He looked after me. My parents weren't there. I was helping him I was just taking some stuff down the stairs, and I think I was just like trying to be like, I was that kid who was always just really annoying, wanted to do too much. So I was carrying loads of stuff, couldn't see, and I just tripped down the stairs.
He had you blindfolded, did he?
Yeah, we were into some kinky stuff. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't laying back, but no, and then I fell on the stairs, cracked my head open, and
okay. So first off, when you say you had your head glued together, you didn't just get like a Pritt stick from the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, no,
you mean like you genuinely had to go to like
I went to hospital,
like hospital, and they put basically like your Humpty Dumpty, basically.
I am Humpty Dumpty. Yeah.
Secondly, do you remember like how it felt? Do you remember it being painful or anything like that? Do you remember?
The only things I really remember, it sounds weird, but I remember that I don't remember any of the experience in the hospital. Really, I remember the vision just before I fell on the stairs. I almost have like a very clear view of the staircase, if that makes sense. And then I have a memory in the car. I remember it being late, dark out. It might well have been like 5 or 6, like it is because dark.
So
now.
it was quite late when you were around the neighbour's house.
Yeah, so you were in his basement for a while then.
Yeah, I'd been there.
Wait, so can I ask,
three days since I'd last seen my parents. Yeah.
Are your parents close with your neighbours then?
Probably not anymore.
I think it was more so that now he's in jail. Something about child porn or something like that. No. And we were relatively close. I don't think they don't speak to him anymore. I think it was more just like he was there, my parents were there, we were just helping them carry stuff.
But like, I don't understand, like, how much can you carry at 4 years old? You can't really carry a lot.
It might have been like a pillow and like a box full with some books.
So were your family there as well then?
Yeah, they were. We were just helping carry stuff out the house. Okay. I remember being in the car, crying, and my mum said to me like, "We can go," because my mum's friend's like a nurse. She was like, "We can go there," but then we went there, and she was like, "No, we got to go to hospital." And then I remember seeing this doctor, and then I just remember like after that, I don't remember much else. I just remember that my head was good. Don't remember like how long I had to stay in the hospital for. Don't know how long. What the next couple of days after were, like how much pain I was in and stuff like that. I just know that.
You've gone very like trivial, if you know what I mean. Like you could have gone for like, I was once saving 3 children from a burning building, and then I had to go to hospital.
Because I'm just so heroic. So.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like it's obviously in the realms of possibility. But Morgan, you've got to try and poke some questions in terms of like.
Or maybe do you think you've got enough?
What was his name? What was your neighbour's name? Do you remember his name?
Oh God, no. That fucking Rob. No, I don't know. No, I've had a few neighbours. It was after that.
Sure, you have 2 neighbours, right?
No, it's in that side of my house.
They moved out.
Had a few neighbours. Right. Yeah, there was another neighbour after that, and then another neighbour, and very recently we had some new people move in there. Not that you.
I think it's true.
So you're gonna go true on this.
Yeah, story. I think it's true. I don't see why it couldn't be like it's not out there. It's not like pretty like everyone like.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I've actually next time I see you, if you want, I can actually like there's an indent in my head where you can feel that like my head's like physically been put together.
There's a bit of a thing with you in like getting your head injured. I remember when we played football a couple of years ago, and you went up for a header and just completely collided with someone. And you literally like grew an egg, like on your head. Like it was like it was like, have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine when they grow mumps? Yeah, and they call it like beat Bartholomew. You know what I mean?
It was a massive egg. And then there was in sixth form when I was playing football for the team, and I was a goalkeeper, slid down, grabbed the ball in, and then like the striker was just running through, and I think he must have been Lukaku's child or something. The way this guy was built, and he just like I pulled the ball in from my head, and he just kicked me square in the head, and I was like,
bit of CTE there.
Had to come off. Anyway, Morgan.
Right, so,
Morgan, it's time for your story. Number between 1 and 3, or do you want to do it differently? And you just want to choose?
No, I'll just go in for the first one. So I once made national news headlines for trying to sell my brother on eBay.
For trying to sell your brother on eBay?
Yeah.
Right, when you say national news headlines,
that's definitely true. I've heard about his brother. No, I'm joking.
He's not here now. He's been sold. He didn't obviously get sold, and obviously the account got taken down.
Yeah, I'm assuming he didn't get sold because selling people is called slavery, and that's been a bit illegal for a little while now, I think.
Yeah,
anyway.
I've heard it's considered trendy these days, to be fair. But okay. So, how old were you, Morgan, when you attempted to sell your brother?
My brother must have been about 2, like 2.5. I probably was about what? So this is 2000. Was probably about 8. Yeah,
right. Yeah, like you said, when you say national news headlines, what does that mean? Were you on BBC, like the TV?
Okay, so I was in the newspaper that we don't like to speak about in Liverpool.
Oh, right, you were in the scum.
The trash newspaper.
Right.
And obviously, I made headlines in that Metro. I think it's called the Metro or something. But it was only a tiny little, like, at the bottom of
the one that everyone reads on the bus. You only get free on the bus or the train.
But obviously, in the Sun, I was just a couple pages in, I think.
Yeah, definitely believable because they're both awful newspapers.
They're both trash newspapers.
The Post trash.
My other question is, what was the reason for selling your brother? Were you just wanting to make money?
Was it a money-making scheme?
Yeah,
or
did he annoy you?
Scheme?
I think he was just like, getting too much attention when your parents have a new baby. Like, you just kind of get pissed off. You're young yourself. You want all the attention.
So
I can imagine that.
To try and like sell him online, but obviously you can't do that.
My issue is, so we're going like what? When you were 8, so that's like 2006, 7, something like that, right?
2007, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think that like eBay was that accessible then. Like,
I think eBay started in 2005 or something like that.
Yeah, but like, did you have like as an 8-year-old? I don't think I would have been aware of eBay.
I was playing like my mum used to sell stuff on eBay all the time. Like.
Right, like your little brother.
Yeah.
It's like said before like computer games, your mum was just
like obviously I was just browsing on the internet trying to find like games.
So it was your mum's account.
Yeah, it was my mum's.
So you probably also had child.
It just looks like your mum's just listed one of her children on eBay. She's just running like a child trafficking business. She's just
obviously someone found it and then they shut the account down. It was in the.
I think it's true. I definitely saw you on one of his pop-up ads like money makers hate him. Follow this. Follow this.
Yeah. How to make 10 grand in 5 weeks? Like
yeah.
Oh man.
All you need is like the instructions: one brother, one parent's eBay account. You know what I mean? All right. So
I don't know.
Did you get any bids? Did you get any bids for it?
It was buy it now. It wasn't bid.
Right. How did the news pick up on it?
Yeah.
Like, how did the news get a hold of the story? Do you know?
I honestly have no idea, but it was just in like, we got contacted like the same email as the eBay like email, and someone like.
Do you know what the title of the article was, or like the?
I don't know the title of the article. I've never actually seen the article.
My bro's got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they found out
in the paper.
You've
seen it, so it could be a lie. So even if someone's even if you think it's true, it could be a lie.
Yeah.
No.
If you've never seen
your mum didn't keep that. I feel
your mum's just gone. You were in the newspaper, Morgan, and you've gone.
The only thing I will say is that when I was in primary school, I was in the newspaper for raising some money on a mufti day in like the local Starbridge News.
You can get in the newspaper for anything back in 2007.
And my parents still both have that like cut out of a newspaper.
But that's for a good thing. That's for a good
thing.
To be
fair, yeah. What did your parents say? Were they annoyed? Were they?
Mum was like, what the hell?
Did you think it was funny or?
Yeah, I still found it funny. Like, I still find it funny, but obviously I got in a bit of trouble.
Do you bring it up in arguments with your brother? I wish I sold you.
No,
I wish someone had bid on you.
Really sore about it, to be honest.
I wish Jankmaster 420 actually got his bid accepted.
I was gonna say,
it's not just 69.
I want to know like what your parents' reaction was, because you didn't seem to like want to say about your parents' reaction.
Yeah, they were going through a bit of a like breakup.
Oh right, so they're bigger. They
slipped under the radar. It was all right. Just a bit of a slap on the wrist,
They're bigger fish to fry.
Bigger fish to fry.
Reese,
I am going to.
What do you think?
I am going to go with true, because he's given a bit of detail and he seems to. He's either thought about it and fibbed me off, or I think it's true. I think he might have thought about it and fibbed me off, but I'm going to go with true.
It's bollocks. It's a lie.
I thought it was bollocks.
I did think it was bollocks, but I was going to just sort of
purely on the basis you don't have a brother. No, I'm joking.
1-0.
Yeah, one. Well, I think it's technically 2-0 actually, because you guessed mine.
Technically 2, because you did guess it right.
Okay.
Yeah. Reese, your second story, please.
I once broke someone's nose over a Thomas the Tank Engine scarf.
Right. How old were you? Last week?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. No, I was 5. 6.
You clearly had a very traumatic childhood.
Yeah.
Full of violence and gore and blood. Yeah.
You don't know the half of it, mate.
That was just the weekend.
Tell us the half of it. Go on.
So I had a new Thomas Tank Engine scarf, and I was very happy with my drip. You know, I was walking like I'd got like some Louis V scarf on. I think I almost thought I was the fucking shit, mate, because I was walking around school and I was probably being really obnoxious and annoying, knowing how cocky and annoying my child self was. So I can only imagine that this kid, what he did was pretty justified, which was to like take my scarf and like he just took my scarf, like yanked it off me and threw it in the dirt. Like we had this like barky area of our like playground at our primary school, and this kid's name was Thomas Cross, and it used to be funny because he used to get angry all the time. So in primary school, it was great because we used to just go, Thomas is getting cross, and he'd be fuming. He'd be absolutely like livid at it. And he was one of the kids. You know, every primary school's got that kid that runs away.
Yeah,
that was Thomas.
So what year were you in when you were?
Oh, I think it must have been reception or year one. But like he basically just yanked my scarf off of me, threw it in this bark, and I was just having none of it. Just boxed him square in the face.
You broke his nose.
Yeah.
So, how much trouble did you get in for breaking his nose?
I didn't think I actually got in too much trouble because, as far as they were concerned, he like antagonized me. I'm pretty sure.
So you could break his nose and not get in trouble.
I think it was less the fact that like I think it was because it literally was just one square punch. I think I just literally just did him one perfect, and I think he might have like. I'm not claiming I'm some sort of jiu-jitsu master, by the way. I think I literally just caught him like at an angle, and it must have just like broke his nose. I can't like I'm not a fighter. Like, I don't see
why it couldn't be true.
The only problem is like when you're a kid is that like your like almost like coherent memory is like a little bit lacking. So it's like I want to like how did the teacher like what was the do you remember like the instant reaction as soon as you punched him in the nose? Did he just start crying?
His nose started bleeding. He was screaming. Everyone around me was like, I'm pretty sure everyone ran off. I'm pretty sure I just grabbed my scarf and walked off, to be honest with you.
And how I don't
think I was actually all that concerned about him. I think that was the thing is I got my scarf and I'm pretty sure I ran off.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Thomas the Tank Engine meme when he's like he'd seen enough or something like that and he like drives off?
Thomas had seen enough.
It's literally you and your scarf just like vacating the premises. Morgan, what do you think? Do you reckon Reese is a violent offender as a child and punched
I do think
another child in the
is
face?
Violent. Now I have one more question. Do you still know the guy now? Do you like see the guy now or
no?
What happened to him? You don't know. Or...
He was from a less than nice area, and I don't think he ended up going to he went to a bit of a not a very nice school. I've got no idea what he's doing now.
Maybe you could have turned him into. He could be in prison just from that one act. You know.
Nobody knows what he's doing.
He's got like die like tattooed on him, like in prison waiting to kill you. Yeah, it's true. I'll go for true.
Is that
true? Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that one as well. I actually did know that one because you told me.
I think I was fucking lost.
Because you also punched me in the face when I stole your Thomas the Tank Engine scarf as well.
I'm very protective about that scarf. It's a good scarf, mate.
It's worth it.
Morgan, your second story, please.
Yeah. So, me and my mum survived a bomb terrorist attack in London.
God, you don't go small, do you? You don't go small, do you?
No.
You have some really like out there and upwards. All right. When was this?
So this was when when she was pregnant with me. It was in 1999, in April 1999.
So you weren't there.
So I was in her belly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is going to make questioning.
So it was in Brixton in 1999.
You don't remember it.
I don't remember it, but I know the story, and I'm technically involved.
Right. Okay, so what can you explain? Just give us an overview of the story, then. I guess give us like the.
So basically,
was it the London bombings?
No, that was in 2000.
Okay.
It was a London bombing, a different kind. It was in 1999. It's called the 1999 London nail bombings. So basically, my mum and dad were driving home. Like, I think they'd been to see my nan or something. And there was loads of traffic. Like, my mum said to my dad, like, I'm going to go shopping. Will you drop me off? It's in Brixton. Like, there's a little shopping area. Like, it's called Brixton Market. It's got a few shops. There's like a Boots and a River Island or something. And my dad was like arguing, like, nah, you ain't. Like, my dad is just a hothead. Like, he gets angry all the time, arguing like with my mum all the time. So basically, mum tried to leave the car and was like, I'm going to go shopping. My dad was like, nah, forget it. So they went back home, cooked dinner and stuff, had dinner, turned on the TV. And like just that bit where she was about to go shopping, like the 2 shops she wanted to go to, like as soon as they turned on the TV, like had literally exploded. Like I think like 140 people were injured, like 3 people died. It was crazy. So it's basically like a near miss.
You do hear a lot of those, to be fair. Like there's a couple with like obviously like people not getting on the plane on the day that 9/11 stuff happened. You know what I mean?
There's like I got up late for work that morning and
it's crazy.
Trade Center for 9/11.
But the same guy that did like the bombings, I think he bombed 2 other places. Like they didn't catch him for a while, and he like bombed 2 other places in London. I think a pub as well.
It's crazy.
So like. They like spread out.
It's awful as well. Like it would just like rip you to shreds. You know what I mean? Like,
and then my mum was just like, "Oh wow, like thanks to my dad for saving her life."
It's one of those.
My dad for being a dick, saved my life.
It's one of those though that I assume that like she wouldn't be able to process the near miss that you've like. You don't realize like how close you are to death. Like you could have been close to death multiple times in your life, but you don't realize like how close you are to it.
It's hard to say that one because I mean, like, there's not much more I can ask, but it definitely could be true. But it definitely also like you could easily just like make that up. Like, it's a difficult one because I can't really like quiz you more to like figure out what you know. It's difficult.
You do know, like as a fact that I did live in London, so it was like 10 or like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So.
But you know, you could easily just like say that, oh, you know, a shopping center, you know, of a bombing back then, and you could just say, oh, I know. Like, I can say.
I'm going to pressure you for an answer, Reese.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I am going to go with false. No, true. Didn't mind.
Yeah, that one's actually true.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm alive.
That's 3-1 to Morgan. So I have to win out to get a draw.
Yeah. So it's your next one, isn't it?
Final story.
So on a slight change of topic, I guess. When I was 6, I shit myself 3 times in one day.
Bro, it's another childhood story, bro.
I told you, bro. My childhood was traumatic. All right, I had it rough, bro.
Was it intentionally, or were you ill, or did you just decide I want to shit myself as much as I can in one possible day?
I don't really think I was ill or anything.
Makes it a bit worse then.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, all I remember, right, is that the story goes that I used to. So I played tennis a lot when I was younger, and for pretty much my whole life. I was at a tennis club, my main one when I was younger. We finished tennis lesson. I couldn't have been on a weekend or something. And I was playing with my friend. It was a girl who I actually fancied. I was playing tennis with her.
The best way to attract a girl.
The best way to,
shit yourself.
Like, there you go.
Nice.
Well, you know how peacocks like spread their like tail feathers to like express like I shit myself to attract my mate is what I did.
Not just once.
That was that was like a sign of like alpha maleness. It's like I will mark my territory with my shit.
Maybe she hasn't smelt it yet. Maybe I should do another one.
How many times did you shit yourself? 6.
3.
3, I think he said. Oh, was you trying to catch you out there with the number? Did you know?
No, I went too high for the number to do that.
No.
I said 6.
I shit myself. We were playing on the issue game. I think I had like diarrhea. I know I must have had like diarrhea.
I hope you did. Like, I hope you just went solid straight out on the court.
Because I remember the first time that it happened. Like Is it gross story? There's no way to tell the story without it being gross. Right? I had to go to tell my mum. As a 6-year-old, sometimes like if you get like diarrhea, usually you have to be like, mum, I have shit myself. All right, mum, can we sort this out? Mum, I've shit myself. All right. And then to the toilet. I think we ended up like the first time we like cleaned it up. Like so, I was all right. We're going to just keep your pants. We're going home soon or whatever. And we stayed.
Keep your pants on.
It was like my parents were friends with this girl's parents. There's a few other tennis parents. They were all chatting, having drinks at the bar of the club. This court that we were playing on is like, it's a good, like, as a 6-year-old, it would have taken you like 2 or 3 minutes to run to the bathroom. So this gives context. So that's how I shit myself the first time, is that. And the second time I went back, and it happened again on the run back, and there was actually like a bit of shit on the floor because it like sort of slipped down because I think I was wearing baggy pants.
This tennis club, was it like, were you an amateur or were you actually like really good?
Well, I was in the performance group for like younger kids, but like this wasn't a lesson. This was just parents were still there. We were just playing tennis because we used to just be left to like go and smack tennis balls around with. Like,
did you eventually like? What did the girl say to you? Shit.
I think somehow, somewhere I managed to keep it from her because every time I shit myself, I'd ran off the court. So I think she'd imagined that I'd made it to the toilet.
She just thought that you just kept needing the toilet.
Yeah, I think so. Or that I didn't say that I was in the toilet. I just kept saying that I had to go.
After the second time, what was the reaction, both from your parents, and why didn't you go home?
The second time, I didn't tell my mum, and I just threw my pants away. The third time, so I didn't have any pants.
You're down to jeans now.
The third time.
Chinos
you would have been in shorts. He's playing tennis.
Yeah,
so the third time the log will just come out.
The third time it just fell out.
Yeah,
the third time it didn't get caught. It just fell out my shorts. It just fell out. That's what I'm saying. The third time,
the member out
because it straight up just fell down. I'm pretty sure I had to just go to the toilet and wipe my leg clean, and it was just on a tennis court somewhere.
So runny or hold?
Duke.
I think it was runny. That's why. But I think as well, and this is I can only apologize. This story is gross, but like I can only imagine that my ass was sweaty, so that's also why it just slipped out.
Yeah,
so you had to wipe your leg as well.
Yeah, so I think it just slipped out and just.
What? Surely that was discovered though. Like you could have, you can't hide like an actual turd on the court. You know what I mean?
Well, I think because it was the third one, there wasn't much. Like I think it was just. Like,
I suppose you could say that was definitely a fault. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Let's just.
I think I'm gonna go because I have heard you. I'm sure you've said like you played tennis before, like.
Yeah, but like there's a difference between I've played tennis before and I've
shit myself at tennis
3 times.
Yeah, but at 6 years old, you know.
I've got a couple more questions. I got a couple more questions actually before you make up your mind.
Okay.
So it wasn't discovered, the shit, or you don't remember, or did you just leave?
I think my mum. I think I ended up telling my mum that I shit myself again, like the second time.
So we'll send this episode to recent mum
because, like, you know, I'm pretty sure like she would have like been like when I gave her my washing because he would have been like, right, we need to go sort your pants out, and I was like, oh mum, I threw them away because a little bit more came out.
So, right, okay, fair. Yeah, just like some big dog came on the court and just did a shit. You know what I mean? Why is he eating sweet corn? No, my problem is that I don't know. I couldn't personally, even at that age, just continue to live my life with shit down me on my legs and my bum. But you know, clearly you're a disgusting person, so maybe
I was an elite level athlete, mate. You can't let distractions get to you. You just got to perform. You got to work through it. You know, Gary Lineker, mate.
Gary Lineker. That's what I was
that famous tennis player, Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
Well, no, but like he shit himself on a football pitch and then was wiping his ass on the grass. Gary Lineker.
Oh, wow.
I think that was just it. I think it was just. It wasn't like.
I thought it was a walker, not a wiper.
Hey. Yeah. Right, should we give a?
I'm going to say true. Yeah, I don't see why it's not true. I've gone true the whole time. I'll say true again.
False. Thankfully, didn't. It's only twice. No, it was false.
I didn't think that one was true. I think I was more hoping that one wasn't true. To be fair.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not true.
I mean, like everyone shit themselves at some point in their life. I mean, I did it yesterday. No, but like everyone, especially when you're younger, has got to have shit themselves once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if like you analysed every single part of your life, as a humans, we've all done some disgusting stuff. Like I think,
but like shitting yourself is just an accident, especially if you're ill. You know what I mean? You could have had bad food poisoning or something like.
As a child as well, like if you do something like that as a child, you don't even like realize.
What color was the shit?
I didn't shit myself.
It was false, bro. So
I was hoping you'd say green, and it would
just like a little bit green.
It was supposed to be a segue,
like milky.
So the next story,
Final story.
So my final story is:
I am a superhero.
Mark Ruffalo and LA airport and embarrassed myself.
Ooh, at LA airport. Why were you in LA?
I was on holiday.
How old were you?
Ooh.
Just turned 18. It was my 18th birthday.
Okay.
Do you know that you did go to America around that time? To give Reese a certain kind of hint, he has told me, because he told me he went in a under 21s club but wiped off the X on his hand to buy alcohol. So it would have been so he would have had to be 18.
Really dumb system. Then.
Yeah, but okay. How did you embarrass yourself?
So I said, "Oh, you're that green guy, aren't you?"
Did you shit yourself 3 times?
No, yeah. I just said, "You're that green guy, aren't you?"
You're the green guy.
I said, "You're the green guy, aren't you?"
So it's in the Hulk, yeah. But what was his reaction to that? Yes, like
he just sort of awkwardly laughed and then was like, "Yeah." And then I said, "Oh, like, can I take a picture?" But then because I'd just been on the airplane for the whole time, so I couldn't take a picture.
Was he cool with you taking a picture?
Yeah, he was so nice. Like he was like really nice.
Just there with like the phone screen off, just like it's gonna work in a minute.
My head was just low.
I suppose it's embarrassing to you. Maybe not to him. He probably just thought that you were.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he didn't give it a second thought.
Like he probably gets a lot worse like fan interactions. You know what I mean? Like
I was trying to crack a joke and he just sort of didn't get the joke.
Whereabouts in the airport were you?
Like the luggage bit where you collect your luggage.
At the urinal.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, it ain't green. What's going on?"
You're that green bloke. Just looking at his dick. Yeah, that's you.
Fair enough.
And yeah, he was with his wife, and I think they had quite a young child.
Oh yeah, I suppose that would. Yeah, you probably just look like an idiot. Yeah. I can't lie. To be fair, what was the ending? What was like the?
What was the end game?
What was the end game? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he just sort of walked off and went through the obviously you go through customs and you get your bag.
Who were you with? Like, did anyone else have a photo with him? The people you would have a photo with him? Did they say anything?
Not really. Like, I think we were like right at the end. We were at the end of the plane. Like, he must have been in like first class, obviously. So like, I didn't see him. But like, I was one of the last off the plane, so there weren't many people like coming out.
I can't wait for it.
In the luggage bit though.
Yeah.
So what do you mean about off the plane?
So we just got off the plane, and I was the last person off the plane. Everybody got their luggage, and I was like one of the last people to collect their luggage.
But there's a bit between the plane and the luggage, but you have to walk through for a bit first. Don't you?
Yeah, you obviously walk through, but then you get your luggage, and then you go through to the guy where they check your like passport. Well, in America, there's 2. There's like one before the luggage, and then there's one after the luggage where they check.
Yeah.
Passport. Like, there's one in.
So the thing is, did none of the people you were with get a photo with him at the luggage bit when you were? I
didn't see because I was like one of the last person coming out.
So you were just like you were on your own in the luggage bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, not on my own. There was just a few people, but they were quite older people, so they might recognize him.
Reese, what do you think? Do you reckon it's true, or you reckon it is?
Well, this is the big one, isn't it? Because it's 3-2 now. I've made the comeback, so this is where I bottle it. I don't know whether I'm outthinking myself. So your 2-1s so far have been you've had true and false, haven't you, so far?
Yeah.
Ooh.
False and true.
I am going to go with... Can I ask one more question? Are you a big fan of superhero movies?
Yeah, in a way.
You say you're pretty big?
Yeah, I've been to like a few of the midnight showings, but I'm just trying to make a joke to him, like, "Oh, you're that green guy." Like,
I was gonna say, is that why I was trying to figure out why you said you're that green guy? So you were just trying to make a joke, and it just wasn't funny.
Yeah,
it just didn't come off.
Yeah, it didn't land.
See, that's the bit. I don't know if that's the bit I don't believe. I feel like you wouldn't have said that.
What happened? I had to get someone was at my door. Sorry.
I'm gonna go with my phone. I guess I'm gonna go because I was trying to take a risk. I'm gonna go with false.
Yeah, it's false. It's false.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't think you would have said that.
I was really hoping it was true.
I wish it was true. I wish I meant Mark with it. I was watching the Avengers the other day. That's why I thought of it.
Fair enough. So it's 3-3.
I'll have to try and next time do a
tiebreaker or something.
What we can do, what we can do if people like this kind of style where we do
game show oriented
against each other. Like obviously,
deal or no deal.
We can always do some sort of point tallies, and we can do against each other. So we can do different verses each other. So we can maybe next week or something, or in a few weeks' time we can do. Morgan, you think of stories that Ben won't know, and Ben think of stories you won't know, and I'll be the host, and then we'll just do it that way. Cool. Mix it up.
Right. Okay.
3-3.
That was
good game.
That was the end of the game, and unfortunately, the end of the episode as well. So I
hate outro in the episode. I'm so glad.
So we'll have to come back another time. Thank you.
Don't forget to follow our.
Follow us. Follow us on everything. What we got? Have we got an Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, it's at the Untitled Chronicles, and then I think the Twitter one is at the Untitled CHR1.
Okay.
Yeah, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much for listening. Cheers. And we will see you next time, guys. See you around. See you later.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.